We operate in a world realm that worships the human will. The digital grid is flooded with the logic virus, constantly broadcasting a singular toxic message. If you are failing, you simply aren't trying hard enough. Brace your hull, force the outcome, will it into existence. Celestial engineering exposes this as a fundamental misunderstanding of the biological computer. To permanently shift from the pauper to king trajectory, we must understand the strict mechanical difference between your heart, the engine, and your will, the switch. If you attempt to use the switch to do the engine's job, your system will inevitably suffer a catastrophic failure. Phase Alpha, the core processor, the heart. In sovereign mechanics, the heart is not an emotion. It is the central processing unit. It is the deep storage database of your vessel. The heart contains the pre-coded celestial seed, your original manufacturer's identity. But in an uncalibrated system, that seed is buried under layers of the logic virus, unhealed trauma, fear, and self-preservation algorithms. The heart dictates capacity. It determines what your system naturally loves, what it intrinsically fears, and what type of fuel it burns. Because the heart is buried deep within the hull, it operates autonomously. The sword diagnoses the default, uncalibrated state of this engine with terrifying precision. The heart is deceitful above all things and incurable. Who can know it? Jeremiah 17:9 TLV. Notice the forensic terminology, incurable. A broken heart cannot fix itself. It generates a corrupted frequency that actively deceives the rest of the system, convincing the vessel that isolation and control are the only ways to survive the free will lab. Phase Beta, the kinetic gatekeeper, the will. If the heart is the engine, the will is the kinetic switch. It is the execution protocol. The will is your mechanism of conscious choice. It decides which data packet the heart will actively process and deploy into the grid. However, the will has a strict jurisdictional limit. The will cannot rewrite the code of the heart. This is the exact coordinate where the world realm's philosophy collapses. When a vessel experiences extreme localized friction, the will attempts to step in and save the ship. The will deploys thick, brittle armor, the narrative density fiber. The will burns massive amounts of finite resistance, to act brave, to suppress the fear generated by the heart, and to power through the chaos. But sheer willpower is an unsustainable fuel source. You cannot will a broken engine to run smoothly. Eventually, the friction of the world realm drains the vessel's RES to zero. The switch breaks. We call this the event horizon. It is the moment you realize that your highest level of autonomous discipline is not enough to save you. Phase Omega, the Ezekiel override, the sequence of surrender. How does a system permanently change if the heart is incurable and the will lacks the clearance to fix it? You must execute the sovereign override. God will not hack your heart without the authorized signature of your will. The will must stop fighting the friction and intentionally yield the heart to the master architect. When the will flips the switch to surrender, it grants the creator the legal authority to perform a complete hardware replacement. We find the blueprint for this operation in the sword. Moreover, I will give you a new heart, I will put a new spirit within you, I will remove the stony heart from your flesh and give you a heart of flesh. Ezekiel 36:26 TLV. This is not a modification, it is a total structural swap. The master architect removes the brittle, logic, virus-infected hardware, the stony heart, and installs a highly conductive, lum-reflective engine, the heart of flesh. The will initiates the command, the architect executes the code. King David understood this celestial engineering protocol perfectly after his own system suffered a massive failure. He did not use his will to promise he would try harder. He used his will to authorize the master architect to rebuild his core. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. Psalm 51:12 TLV. Run your diagnostics today. Are you burning your finite reese, trying to use your will to force a broken heart to function, or are you ready to use your will to authorize a sovereign hardware swap? Drop your coordinates below. Where are you on the grid, and what part of your engine needs the master architect's hands today?